Neil's classic Desire Under the Elms is now at the Baxter Golden Arrow Studio for only 3 weeks. Every evening at 7 p.m. until the 26th of July, Desire Under the Elms heats up the Baxter Golden Arrow Studio. Joining us live from our Cape Town studios to tell us more about this exciting production is the multi-award winning director, Fred Abrahamse. Fred, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you.
Let's talk about what Desire Under the Elms is about. Brief synopsis for our viewers.
It's about a widower called Ephraim Cabot, who's a descendant of the 1820 settlers, and he has taken a third wife who happens to be a Xhosa woman, which was not unusual in the late 1800s, and he brings her back to his farm, and much to the dismay of his son, who feels that the farm rightfully belongs to him. And what ensues is a struggle between the three of them, and this constant question that keeps arising in South Africa as to exactly who does the land belong to, who is the rightful owner, who's been dispossessed, who previously owned it, and who's usurped it.
What inspired this production?
I think, first of all, it's a great American play, and it deals with an issue that is so relevant to South Africa. It also was the 40th year of the National Arts Festival, celebrating 40 years of diverse art and culture in South Africa, and was commissioned by the festival. And we did our own special adaptation and set it in the late 1800s in South Africa, and particularly in the Eastern Cape.
Now, you know, Sean Black recently wrote that you have sought to do is further the work of O'Neill by bringing the classical piece into somewhat contemporary 19th century Southern African context. Would you agree with that?
Yes, and I think the interesting thing is that we've had a phenomenal response from audiences, particularly younger audiences, from learners up to sort of people in their mid-30s who really are stepping back from the obvious thing. I think my biggest fear in adapting the production was that people would take it on a race level in terms of that he's married a black woman. But the fantastic thing is the audience has been able to step back from that and look beyond that issue and look at the broader issues facing us in South Africa at the moment, and particularly amongst a younger generation, amongst up-and-coming people who are looking beyond that, we are a mix of people of different backgrounds, of different cultures, of different genders, of different orientations, and not just the issue of black and white. And I think that has been very rewarding for us, is that people have taken up that debate. After the show at night, you see people standing in little pockets around in the foyer, and they're still arguing about, no, she was right, or no, it was actually the father was right, it was his land, he'd made the farm, he'd built it, and the other people taking the part of the son, saying, no, it was his. And what Sean highlighted in his review particularly was what the son represents is the apathy of this new generation that is going, well, we're entitled to it, it's ours, you know, with this disregard for the struggle and the work that has gone on before, that has bought them this freedom. So yeah, it goes on various levels, and I think the audience response has been the fantastic thing, and that's ultimately, I suppose, why we create art, is to be provocative and to continue that debate onto a deeper level, and not just on a surface level of, oh, the son hates her because she's black and married his father.
Now, I mean, what does your cast bring to the entire production? I mean, you've got Mbali Boom, Robin Smith, and Marcel Meyer. What different elements do they bring, and how do they complete your vision?
I think, Mbali is a very, very exciting actress, and she brings with her an international acclaim. I mean, she's performed her poetry and her writings in Europe, and Marcel is a multi-award-winning designer as well as a co-contributor in terms of adapting the play. And then Robin Smith, I mean, he's a contemporary of mine and a great actor. And I think what I demand from actors in any piece that I do is honesty, and I think they've surrendered themselves to a process and gone on a journey and deliver incredibly honest and powerful performances, and I think that's also what has caused this response from the audience.
All right. Fred, thank you so much for talking to us. Good luck with the production. Fred Abrahamse is the director of the Desire Under the Elms, speaking to us from our Sea Point Studios. The production is on until the 26th of July at the Baxter Golden Arrow Studio in Cape Town. Well, let's say good morning once more to our music guests.